Hello dear students, you are welcome in this video. Dear students, today I am very happy and I have a thing to reveal to you. Dear students, here is a book you can see in my hand, and this book is written by me. And dear students, this book is very brief introduction to literature. As you can see the title of the book, it is an easy introduction to literature. As its title, it is easy. The language used in this book is very easy, very simple. Now let me tell you what is the content of this book. Dear students, you can see it is an easy introduction to literature, and its subtitle can be read as what is what in literature. It means you will get all the concepts of literature in this book. I have tried to explain all the genres of literature in this book. For example, this book starts with, or the first chapter, very first chapter in this book is what is literature. Means the basic concept of literature is explained. Now you will ask, sir, what is the need of this type of question, what is literature? Because we all know literature. Dear students, I know that many of you are familiar with the concept of literature, but this book gives you very concise explanation of literature, because those who are beginners and those who have already started studying literature may feel something they need to understand about literature. So this has been given in this book, what is literature. It starts very clearly with the question, what is literature? And you have many explanations, and there you find different types of scholars explaining their views on literature. You will get everything in that chapter. Then there are many other chapters on drama, chapters on novel, and you will get the very concise explanation of each genre of literature. Now dear students, I will talk about the content of this book. I will give you a brief sketch what is there in this book. So I will first tell you what are the content. There are 9 chapters in this book, as you can see. Very first chapter is what is literature, second is what is poetry, third is forms of poetry, fourth is what is drama or play, 5 or 5th chapter we have what is prose, then number 6 we have what is short story, 7 what is novel or fiction, 8 what is essay, and 9 what is biography and autobiography. If you look at all these chapters are directly introduced with the question marks. Means what is what in literature, what is biography, what is drama, what is novel, then forms of novel, kinds of novel or types of novel, forms of poetry, everything you will get in this single book. Now the very basic objective behind writing this book is you should understand the basic concepts in literature. If you are beginners, then this book will be very important for you. If you have already started studying literature, then also it will give you a glance in the very genres of literature. Now dear students, I would like to read some lines so that you can understand the language, what kind of language is used in this book. So I will read a few lines from the very first chapter so that you can get idea. Here we have very first chapter. If you are able to see, you see here what is literature, and very first you will find a quotation by Salman Rushdie. I won't read that quotation. I start direct. It is better to begin with direct question, what is literature? And there we find different types of associations with the word literature. In dictionaries we find meanings of the word literature, but they are really help us to understand the concept of literature in its broader sense. Your dictionary meanings. In mundane life, the word literature is used to show different things. For example, when we purchase a new mobile phone, we get user manual along with it. This user manual is a literature provided with that mobile phone. Or a sport kit includes literature, and in the same way a first aid medicine kit also contains some literature. Do all these examples comprise the concept of literature we are talking about? Of course not. Then what comprises of literature? You have dictionary meanings of the word, and I will not state all those meanings here. because you can consult and compare all those meanings on your own. Here, my concern is to familiarize you and make you able to identify the works or passages or lines which belong to the notion of literature. Now it is very clear, dear students, I have stated all the qualities or characteristics of literature. Here you can see there are 15 major or chief characteristics or features of literature, or you can also call it as qualities of literature. And everything you have given one by one. There are points included in this book. Then you have many scholars who have their views on literature. For example, here first you can see literature and butterflies are the two sweetest passions known to man. It is said by Vladimir Nabokov. Then you have Ezra Pound, you have Cleanth Brooks, many Cyril Connolly, Lawrence Lerner. You find their views on literature, their statements, famous quotations. Then dear students, second you have what is poetry, third chapter forms of poetry, and in forms of poetry I have tried to explain many things in forms of poetry. For example, you have epic, you have lyric, then you have sonnet. In sonnet you have Italian or classical sonnet, then you have English sonnets, Spenserian sonnets, you have ode, kinds of ode, elegy, kinds of elegy, ballad, then you have types of ballad, idyll, blank verse. Many forms of poetry are explained. In the same way, in each chapter you get detailed explanation of all these things. Now dear students, here you will find a very useful information, very useful knowledge to understand literature. Now this book is published by Notion Press. It's a Chennai based national publisher, Notion Press. It is published by Notion Press. And dear students, its price is 120 rupees. And this is available online. You can find it on notionpress.com, on their website. You will also have the same book listed in Amazon. You can have this book from Amazon, Flipkart, or I think there are some other platforms online where you find this book. So this is a very useful book, and you will get the basic knowledge of literature. I would suggest this book for those students who want to know about literature in concise. They want to know about literature very comprehensively. So you can start studying literature from this book too, if you are studying in your optional English first year. So this is a very useful book for you, or it will add to your knowledge of literature. Dear students, you can have this book from online platforms. And now I would like to ask you your opinion about this book. Please find this book online. You will get a blur there to read, some lines to read, and you can judge the book reading those lines. You will understand. It is not possible to just completely, but you will understand what is there in the literature, and just I have given you all the details. Now dear students, please comment below in the comment section about this book and about this venture I brought to you. So I hope you will understand this book. It is written in a simple language and you will find it very useful. Thank you very much. Let's meet in the next video.